Ladies and gentlemen, fight number 9 this evening, an amateur flyweight bout contested over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 61.05 kilos and trains out of Stoiler MMA. He holds an amateur record of 4 wins, 1 defeat and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Afghan Prince, Naveed Hassanzada! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 61.65 kilos and trains out of Infinity Martial Arts in the North Lakes. He holds an amateur record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aaron Towsem Up Tao! And your referee in charge of the action, Peter Hickmore.
Round number 1 of this flyweight exhibition. We have Big Pete Hickmore in centre cage, and I tell you what, Wombat, these guys are going to go at it.
It's going to be fast. It's going to be real fast. So don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice leg kick lands. It pushed him up against the fence.
He is a pocket rocket. Look for his explosive power and speed.
A massive pop from the crowd too.
Hassanzada. Now, he was in the last fight where you saw him fight the current champ, Viet Ando, and that was an absolute pleasure to call, if you remember, Wombat.
I totally do, mate. It was a fantastic contest, and with a win here, we might actually see him take that match again.
But he's got his work cut out. He's got Aaron Tao, who he didn't duck anyone, mate. He asked for the toughest guy he could get in Australia, and that was Hassanzada.
Yeah, both Matt Walton asked both these fighters, gave them a list who you want to fight, and they both picked each other, and Matt knew that that was the most difficult fight for both of them. So great when you see 2 young fighters hungry to face top competition.
Flyweight, in my opinion, one of the most exciting, most explosive divisions in this sport. I love the technicality. I love these athletes.
Yeah, you really can't have any holes in your game at flyweight. All the athletes are so well rounded, and here we go. Now we have a break. Beautiful spinning back kick to the midsection. How's the speed on that?
It's unbelievable, mate. These little blokes, they go and they go fast.
Yeah, I saw Naveed Hassanzada warming up in the cage prior to the start of the night, and he looked so smooth on his feet, shadow boxing and his kicks. All the technique was on point. So, oh, there we go. Nice question mark high.
Tao capitalises.
Tell you what, he tried to put him through the fence to his supporters there.
The whole cage shook then.
Unbelievable.
Hassanzada now off his back.
Look at this triangle
Looking to set something up here.
He's cutting the angle, and he's got the leg over that shoulder. If he can get his left leg under his right leg's knee, he's going to have a chance at finishing this. But I tell you what, Aaron Tao doing the right thing here, posturing up, keeping his hips above the ground.
Cage is hindering him a little bit here.
Oh, here we go. This is starting to get tight now.
Well, we can lock that up.
Naveed Hassanzada.
Yeah, Tao needs to be careful.
Well, this is getting really, really tight, but as you can see, it's starting to slide off his foot. He's got to readjust slightly.
Tao, good pressure there on the forehead.
It's very close.
And you can see Hassanzada there trying to lock that ankle behind that knee.
Now this is looking tight,
That's what's going to
boys.
give him strength here.
Well, this is tight. Could even see him transition to the armbar. That's always an option when your opponent's starting to try and base up really high, but now he's hooked the leg.
Now. You see that ankle starting to slip. Still a tight position for Aaron Tao.
Repositioning that leg. Landing some strikes.
Good pressure by Tao.
Big ball. What an end of the round. They're just teeing off on each other.
What a way to finish. And Tao says, bring it on. As we continue, XFC 36, this flyweight bout. Hassanzada in the blue corner. Aaron Tao in the red.
And what an opening round that was, fellas. Loved the submission attempt there from Hassanzada, but Aaron Tao never looked like he was in too much trouble. Stayed composed, calm, and, well, I'll tell you what, he's swinging for the fences, though, start of round 2.
Hassanzada doing a great job at countering.
Oh, big right hand lands!
He clipped him.
And Tao straight into a familiar position there. Lovely cage control. Looking to transition low on that leg.
Nice experience here from Tao. He got clipped.
Great fight IQ.
Yeah, 100%. Once again, we're talking about amateurs, lads. Unbelievable stuff. Australian MMA is on absolute fire at the moment. The Anzac takeover, lads.
And this is really benefiting Aaron Tao. We don't know how hurt he was from that shot, but he's got a chance to clear the cobwebs here against the fence.
And he's done a very good job of doing that as well. Hassanzada, he's got the underhook there and he turns him nicely. That's good experience. And a beautiful little right shot on the break.
So he really slowed Aaron Tao's aggressiveness with that big right hand. Aaron came out. Oh, another beautiful counter right hand. The crispness of those straight punches really starting to add up.
I like the feints from Hassanzada here too.
Interesting to see if he can keep his range, Hassanzada, now. He's been...
and again.
He's been clinched up against the fence for a lot of this fight. It's interesting to see how the judges score this one, actually.
Tao, the stockier of the two fighters, and doesn't he have power? He does not look like a flyweight when he throws those big shots.
Switching up the southpaw here.
A nice little outside leg kick as Hassanzada jumps in. He's got a little bit of a neck there, but lands that nice knee. Hassanzada.
Slowing down a little bit, but I tell you what, they're still the fastest in there, aren't they, lads?
Yeah, Hassanzada using that southpaw stance. Pouring out now, switching. Oh, wow, and he stands there.
Aaron Tao almost ducked into that one. Looks like it was partially blocked by his arms, but nonetheless a warning sign there from Naveed Hassanzada. He's not here to muck around.
Hassanzada, beautiful switch there. He's mixing it up. Tao a little bit flat in those situations, just looking for the big counter shot, and that's where he is very dangerous. Tao now using cage pressure.
So Aaron Tao just throwing those knees to the leg there.
Hassanzada there, he's got an underhook. He's got an overhook on the left arm, and he's doing a good job just scissoring his legs enough. Not giving Tao an inch. Tao trying to soften up that inside leg.
And there it is, second round over, I tell you what, and Tao's been opened up in his nose here. I tell you what, that could have been that spinning back kick. That was very reminiscent of, if you remember, Hannon Barrell versus Eddie Wineland. Unbelievable.
He didn't even blink though, it's like it didn't happen.
Yeah, and he waved him on. He's like, what's up, fella? Let's keep going.
I love it as we move into the third and final round. Round number 3, XFC 36. Big Pete Hickmont in control.
Always runs a tight ship.
He's done it all, Big Pete.
Just having a conversation off air there too with Wombat. It's difficult to know how the judges have seen this one so far. Could be 1-1. Naveed maybe up 2-0, but really, who knows? This third round will more than likely decide the fight.
This third round very important for both athletes. As Tao takes centre cage.
Oh, nice left hand.
Big shots landed.
Yeah, that uppercut snuck through.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hassanzada using that reach, using those angles a little bit more, maybe chop that outside leg.
Looks like Tao's got a little bit of his wind back too. It's very hard to throw as much power as what he does and go the distance with, you know, still breath in your lungs, so...
And of course, Naveed Hassanzada, he's also an undefeated Muay Thai fighter, 6-0 in the ring, and also a Queensland champion, WKBF state champion. So you can really tell the smoothness in his technique on the feet. Maybe lacks a little bit of the power that Aaron Tao's been showing, but I'll tell you what, the crispness is nice.
I'll tell you this, Dan. I've been around a lot of flyweights, and the power that Tao's got is unbelievable for this weight division, and the way he's throwing it is unbelievable.
Just looking at his frame, I don't know how he makes the weight limit. He's huge.
He looks like a featherweight.
It is very much power versus technique in this one, isn't it?
100% Wombat.
And I love that classic matchup.
We've got a minute and a half left. He's caught him with a right here. He's backed him up against the fence.
And here comes Tao.
He's swinging. He needs to get off that fence, lads.
He needs to get some room. He needs to get some room.
It's a scary sight when you're backed up against the fence with Tao. Oh, lands him. Hard right.
I can tell you, I wouldn't want to be a judge in this fight.
Yeah, Hassanzada starting to stand a little stationary now, and he's kind of letting Tao have the fight he wants. You want to see him get back to that silky smooth footwork that he was using in the opening rounds and really be a bit more of a mobile target and make things a little harder for those power shots of Aaron Tao to land.
Some beautiful kicks by Hassanzada.
He needs to throw a little bit more kicks and keep that range. He is a much, much taller fighter here.
Yeah, I want to see one of these boys start to steal this round. We're in the final minute.
Who wants it more, lads?
Nice knee by Tao. Maybe didn't quite land.
I think you could hit Tao with a car and he'd still stare at you like that and tell you to come on and bring it on more.
Yeah, he certainly seems like one of those fighters, doesn't he?
They breed him tough in North Lakes. Tao now, centre cage.
20 seconds left, lads.
And both Hassanzada fading slightly in this later round. As
big left hand lands.
Wow. Big shots landed.
Finishing the round strong. Oh, another big right.
Tao hitting him from every angle.
I tell you what, they might have stole that round, lads.
I love it. Absolutely beautiful. And Tao, he's got some claret coming from him, Wombat.
He don't care, mate. Trust me, he don't care.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause? Fight 9 of the evening. The flyweights putting on an absolute show here at XFC 36. But after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Aaron Tao.